Hello and welcome back to Kaiserreich. Let's see, where were we as Finland? We use our tungsten in the production of artillery. We have a decent stockpile of artillery compared to our infantry weapons stockpile. So I think I'm gonna lay off on that one for now. We don't need motorized, honestly, for any of our templates. It would just be a waste of industry to start any production lines for that. I'm going to unpause and see what's happening in the world. I don't know if I ever noticed this happening last episode, but Blessed Karl with the Danubian Federation, that imperial flag there. Bulgarian government ousted. Another regime change. Alright, so now we got Boris III. Wait. Might be confusing playthroughs. I've seen this before. I'm very curious to see what happens with the Ottoman Empire if they're pushed all the way into Anatolia and lose all other territories. And this, I would never have expected at all. I don't think we're gonna go down any of the naval stuff right now. We're not under immediate threat, so I'm not gonna go down the irredentism tree either. I think we'll just continue with industry, keep building that stuff up. Just noticed that I had forgotten to close a window, which could create a bunch of noise from the outside. There's a fucking, like a digging machine thingy, just scraping up all the asphalt. So that could be very unpleasant for the audio experience. The fall of Chicago. Federal forces have been pushing towards the oh my god, the combined syndicates of America have capitulated. Which leaves the Union State and the Pacific States. Deal with the devil. With their forces hard pressed by the United States, representatives from both the Pacific States of America and the American Union State agreed on a temporary truce. So now, the United States of America are fighting only the Pacific States and the American Union State, and those they are not fighting each other. I mean, Long's gonna get gobbled up by them if even if they manage to defeat the United States of America together. Have a look at their Wayland reform plan. Fucking Wayland Yutani. Manpower 325,000 to 469,000, and they have extensive on. French are cleaning up the rebellion. Yeah, there's just no manpower in... Actually, yeah, Huey Long might be able to beat the Pacific States. There's no manpower in the Pacific States, and the United States have a lot. Okay, we're gonna go down the next artillery path, or do the next artillery research, so we can start the production line of that before any wars break out. We only have, we're only really under threat from one source, and that is Russia. They might declare war on us to try to retake the territory we took from them. Australasia First Movement. Surprising news from the Republic of Australasia as Percy Stevenson Stevenson's Australasia First movement managed to gain control of Parliament in the recent elections. It's an anti-British party which has been capitalizing on anti-war sentiment in Australasia and now promises to cut all ties to the British Crown, in addition to an eventual withdrawal from the Entente alliance. Oh boy. That's a spooky looking flag. You can see the makeup of the party, or the government now is like partially national populist, the Centre Party, and partial paternal autocrats. Emperor of Japan declared war on the Philippines. Wait, oh, the flag just changed. Did they change leaders or change like government or something? It might have gone like partially democratic or something. Because there was a military coup, right? With a man Basilio, possibly Javier Valdez, taken over. Oh! Kingdom of Greece has joined the Entente, and Ireland something joined the Reichspakt. Why did I not get a pop-up about the quote-unquote British-German war beginning? I feel like that's a big one. Because, I mean, the Weltkrieg is on, boys. It has begun. War of the Atlantic. German intervention. Okay, so what started out as a mere incident caused by show force by the British Socialist Navy has now devolved into an outright war across the Atlantic. The Union of Britain has declared its goal of spreading syndicalism to the nearby state of Ireland, which prompted an intervention by the German Empire, who stood in favour of the Irish. The navies and air force of both belligerents are already being mobilised, and the first shots have already been fired in the Irish Sea. Experts believe that the intensity of this conflict will be limited due to the large bodies of water separating the belligerents, but it has nevertheless raised world tensions to new heights. No, this is not going to keep it limited, because there's a large body of water between you guys and between you guys, but not between these two. The Germans are pushing in already. Kingdom of Denmark has joined the Reichspakt. Always had strong ties to Germany as well. The Second Weltkrieg. War is hell. So it begins. Venezuela has joined the Andean Pact. So look at the alliances again. So the Andean Pact, Entente, and Reichspakt sandwiched here. Third International. Possibly, like, I have no clue actually where MacArthur might go. Cairo Pact, Eastern Syndicalist Union. Actually, kind of a very good thing, because it sort of separates the alliances of the, you know, the internationals, so that they're less powerful, I suppose. Yeah, increase the. We need to increase the mobilization, reorganize the mobilization structure. Let's see what it actually says on these. So first of all, let's look at this one. Turning our attention to the Valtion, oh boy, a state-owned firearms manufacturer will be a great boon with regards to the production of new weapons. Reorganize the mobilization structure. Allowing for quick and easy mobilization of able-bodied men at any time is key to the defense of the Finnish nation. We must, under the guidance of High Command, draft a new mobilization plan that will make clear the role of... Denmark has signed a peace treaty with the Commune of France. Okay then. Draft new mobilization plan that will make clear the role of reservists and conscripts while also overhauling the system of age classes. Cool. Why did Denmark get pieced out? Huh. The Union of Britain didn't make any concessions or anything, I don't know. I'm unsure. Okay, so let's, I mean, Infantry equipment is going to be the largest requirement for everything here, but we should probably also ramp up production of planes. The problem is that we don't really have a lot of designs. Oh yeah, of course. Sweden joined the Reichspakt, and now Norway is being invaded. Then pushed into Trondheim, causing an encirclement in the mountains on the border. Near Jämtland. This area is called something, but I forget what it's called. Something Dal, I think. Which means valley. They're taking most of the easy to conquer land, which only leaves the hard to conquer land. Let's get this stuff for the cold acclimation, or acclimatization. Oh boy, this is happening fast. The Norwegian Union has capitulated. Yeah, it was happening fast. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot of use out of the cold acclimatization. Fucking hell, that's a hard thing to say for some reason. We're gonna get a lot of use out of it because of how far up north we are. The map projection is a bit weird. Like it's fairly strange. Like Finland isn't necessarily that cold, and although it looks although it looks like it's further north than Norway, you can see a lot of its territory here isn't like tundra or something. Temperature wise right now, Finland is warmer than Norway in the game. One can say a lot about the map projection in Paradox games. It really does kind of distort things a lot. Like Greenland is very big on this map, but that's not just, you know, on this map. That's on pretty much every world map. Greenland is basically, I think, the size of like Somalia, maybe smaller. But it looks a lot bigger. And Norway looks a bit bigger as well because of the map projection. Norway gets kind of like elongated, I guess. Let's do tactical bombers. Good all-round use planes. Oops. Let's do concentrated industry 3 for the max factories in the state and factory output stuff. That one is really good. See if there's something else we can go with. Yeah, let's do this one. Corporatist economic policies, because that leads down to this one, which gives it building slots, which we're not in a desperate need for right now. But let's see if here we are going to run out. Compared to Norway, we have a lot of open space. Also, we should probably build a radar facility over here in Åland. I'm gonna queue that up. It's not gonna be until like way later down the line, but I might forget about it, so I'll just keep it there. Did we do the fourth line, whatever it's called? I think it might be called the Mannerheim line. No, we haven't yet. Yeah, we want to do that one as well, so we actually want to do artillery production effort afterwards. Russia announces her ambitions. While many still view Russia as a failed state, rocked by political protest and radical ideology, good for nothing but fulfilling space in the east of the map, recent events have proven something different. The government of the Russian nation has announced their territorial ambitions, laying claim to almost all the territory of the former Russian Empire. Oh boy. We are territory of the former Russian Empire, and making clear their willingness to resort to military force if needed. Okay, so they're luckily going in the Central Asian direction first. Okay, so they need to finish the Caucasus and Central Asian direction before they can bring us to heal. I think at some point we will justify war and attack them while they're, you know, in the middle of a different war. Possibly if they attack Turkestan and then also get attacked by something like Japan and Mongolia, then we will jump on that as well. Not specifically or like strictly speaking to conquer Russia, because we stand no chance at doing so. Instead, it will be about holding Russian troops on our borders so they can't fight effectively elsewhere, so that the enemy, or their enemy, can wear them down. The small piece of headway that the Germans made in France has been pushed back over the river. This is the Rhine. I don't know what this river is, this tributary or whatever it's called. Or no, it's not a tributary, because a tributary leads... No, actually, this does lead into the Rhine. Maybe it's a tributary. Not quite sure. Yeah, it's on like real World War I hours right now. Let's send an attaché. They will not accept. Oh yeah, they don't like us very much. Let's improve relations. They're gonna get more mad at us, but we can at least send the attaché before they get upset with us when we do eliminate the German presence. Yeah, this is some real Weltkrieg hours. I didn't actually catch the date at which the war began. I can check that in the video afterwards, after I'm done recording. One of the great things about recording all these videos is that I can just go back and watch a past video if I'm you know, curious about like what date did the thing start and so on and so forth. Because I like to construct these like historical narratives in my head. Oh boy, when I play these games. Like for example, the there's a very cool thing that's happening in the Norway campaign, which I can't spoil because it actually isn't coming out, or isn't going to be in the episode that comes out today. Well, part of it is, but part 2 of it is going to be in the episode for tomorrow. So I can't really spoil it, but there's something in there that has like a very cool, I guess, historical narrative aspect to it, I guess, is a way to say it. Let's do Finnish irredentism. It's not going to make Germany upset with us, so it works out, and we can then do abolish parliament. No, wait, we were going to do this one and then reinforce the Mannerheim line to get the fort up against Russia. Canadian Commonwealth declared war on the Union of Britain. The reconquest begins. I'm going to pick the Valtion Lento. Oh god. Lento Konetedas. Lento Konetedas. I'm not sure if that's like 3 different words together, or Konetedas is 1 word or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that one because the next fighter research is soon ready. Like 100 days. honestly very surprised that no side has made any progress here. Will he accept? He will accept. Cool. Let's stop improving relations. We don't need it anymore. Oh boy, that's a loud one. I might have forgotten to put it on shuffle again. Yes, I did. Memories from the north. Sorry, I had to mute. I felt a sneeze coming. We should probably... oh, whoops. Let's keep the submarines we have in reserve, and we should probably send these submarines out to train so they aren't green, because our fuel reserves are starting to fill up. I'm just sending them out to train by hitting K. One of the few keybinds I really know. Well, that and F1 for infantry map mode, or like land-based stuff map mode. Alright, so cool. Now that we have the attaché, we can actually see what's going on here. Let's slow it down a little bit, because the game gets very framey when you zoom into a lot of battles. Which is going to look like very choppy on the video. These guys in the war? Yes, they are. Finland, de Hause. I'm not sure. Social Democrats and... Whoops. It's interesting, they've gone down a very, you know, syndicalist-esque path. But the Germans are still okay with them. And Franz van Kaiserreich. I got Wilhelmina. Classic. Subsidized tuition, is that it? Cool. Excuse me? What? Sweden, this isn't okay. Gustav Adolf. This is, I guess, the past Swedish king's son. Fengshan government declared war on Qing. The abolition of the government, but this guy clearly has a royalist or royal style with the like he is Gustav the Sixth of Sweden. Huh. Or did the king like seize the military apparatus and take over or something? Like as a result of the people's attempt at abdicating him, or having him abdicate. Oh, there we go. So my question was answered. When Turkey gets, or the Ottoman Empire gets pushed all the way into Anatolia, Turkey gets released. And we even have an independent Kurdistan. Pacific states of America now declared war. Yes, because they see that the American Union state is losing. Oh. The American Union state is losing, so they decided, you know, we gotta grab the territory when we can. Still no progress here. You can see the darkened line being the country borders. It hasn't moved at all. And of course they can't open a second front, as is what happened in the Norwegian campaign. Oh, the Portuguese have landed. But yeah, as is what happened in the Norwegian campaign, where the Italians and the French pushed in through the Alps here. Which really should not have been as easy as it was. The Alps should be fucking hard to move through in winter and, well, in general. I mean, Hannibal did it in, you know, in a time where equipment was a fair bit more, I guess, or a fair bit less advanced than it was now, or is now, and developed. But he did so at great cost, losing a significant portion of his forces and a lot of his elephants. Russian Republic declared war on the Turkestan Khanate. Let's increase the gain we get from the refineries. I love the fact that they introduced fuel into this game. It's such an important facet of warfare that was extremely neglected in past versions of Hoi4. Because without fuel, you can't really model the resource shortages and the historical dilemmas of the German, or of Germany. Because geographically, Germany is in quite a pinch. They have no oil at all, and you know, in Kaiserreich they do through through oil fields in Azerbaijan. But and you know, Austria can get oil from Romania and stuff like that. But generally, there's no oil here, and Germany has issues getting that, as well as, I believe, is it aluminium? No, they have a bunch of aluminium. What else do they have a shortage of? Chromium. There are specific resource shortages that Germany basically, well, that put Germany in a very difficult spot when it came to warfare on the continent. Yeah, we've had months of no gain here, with, holy shit, significant losses for the Germans. The Commune of France have lost 240,000, the Germans have lost 1.2 million in only a couple of months. They're bashing their heads against this border, trying to cross the river and everything. This might not go the way of Germany. Even though the conditions are set and like the deck is stacked in Germany's favor, the thing that they're doing right now here with this fruitless constant assault is eventually going to wear them down to the point where France kind of just wins by default. Anyways, we have reached... Oh, this is got a Norwegian song here. We've reached the end of the video, so I'm going to do casualties. Even though I just did, Second Weltkrieg, 1.27 million. And most of them, yeah, 1.2 million of them are on this French line right now. Like those losses are on that line. AOG 500k. 330k for the Netherlands. Siam joined the Co-Prosperity Sphere, Japan's faction. 430,000 for Ukraine. 357,000 for Spain. 122,000 for the Entente. A lot of it is the Commonwealth of Canada trying to invade. The French Republic has invaded in Marseille, and Portugal is invading in Italy. a bunch of like simultaneous invasions which open up alternate fronts, which could potentially pull troops off of the French border, which could give Germany the opening they need. Persian-German War. Iranian invasion of Azerbaijan. That must have just begun, and I didn't get a pop-up. Fengshan-Qing War. There you go, yeah, the Japanese fighting the Chinese. India is all kinds of messed up now. Deccan Federation being wiped out, and we got Madras independent there. Bharatiya Commune is not involved. And this war is not up to date because it just restarted. 740,601k. Again, the American Civil War is so messed up with like looking at casualties and stuff. That's a cool flag. Cameroon. With an elephant and stuff, I like it. It's like the German flag but with an elephant. Alright, well, German Imperial flag, I guess. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you're interested, you'll find a link to a Discord that we newly created. We've got a bunch of people in there, and we've got a bunch of my friends which asked, like, you know, are you cool with moderating this? Like, could you help me out? And they were like, yeah, sure, dude. And so I've got a bunch of friends moderating it with me. I have very little experience with Discord, so bear with me if it's a bit choppy and rough, but we'll work on it. You'll also find my Twitter in the description, and you'll find a humble affiliate link where you can buy Hoi4, giving me a small cut of the proceeds, as well as some of the proceeds going to charity. Doesn't cost anything extra, and you do get a Steam key, so it's the same as buying it at you know, in the Steam store, but you also get to feel good about yourself, and so does my wallet. I think that's about it. Mod list is in the description and all that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.